Thank you for being here. We are going to have I think today's class is called Relax and Open. So I'm looking forward to that because this week it was a little bit of strong, I'd say, it was strong practices Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So we're going to start in a moment, but make sure that you have blocks and straps if you need the straps. But for sure blocks, I'd like to do some of the postures today that I've been enjoying, in particular with the use of blocks. But let's start first by centering ourselves, coming to seated. And before we go further, let's circle the head. So if you feel tension in the neck, especially, you want to move the head around first. Otherwise, when we try to find that stillness to center, we can get really distracted by the tension that we're experiencing. So I want to see if we can just loosen up a little bit, just enough so that we can come to seated and close the eyes. And at this time, let's focus on the breath. Let's focus on growing the breath. Now see if you can sink within. So sink in, go inside. And at this time you're going to hear a singing bowl, Tibetan singing bowl. It's any sense of separation from others that we are harboring within us, any sense of separation or hatred or violence, let us dissolve that with the sound of this bowl. So sometimes we have to go inside to find it, recognize that it's even there, but right now we're not going to go there intellectually. We're just going to go within, say that wherever it is inside of me, that I can break this obstacle down, and this sound can help me begin that process. Now let's shift into a deeper breath. Ujjayi pranayama, deep breath in through the nose. Open the mouth, fog it out. Mouth stays open, fog in. Close the mouth, exhale through the nostrils. Okay, at this time, cross the ankles in the opposite direction and then just fold right over. So you're going to release and lower all the way down. So let the head go here. Maybe you shake things out a little bit. Maybe you sway. And then we're going to unroll the spine and rise. Switch the order of the ankles, so go back to where you started and then lower down. At this time, we'll take about 2 more deep breaths. And then we're going to unroll the spine. The head is the last to rise. Let's find out a little bit of a twist here. So on the next inhale, reach the arms up. On the exhale, twist to the right. Inhale, center, arms up. Exhale, twist to the left. Inhale, come back up to center, reach the arms up. Let's look upwards for a moment. So really feeling the length through the spine all the way up to the hands. If you're not able to feel that, if you have tightness, then making it a habit to elevate the hips, sit on blankets when you are in seated. Just make that the thing that you do until you feel that you can be in this position without strain. Another 2 breaths. Bring the arms to a T and then take a side bend to the right. Right hand down, left arm up and over. Inhaling, rising to center. Exhale, come to the left. And we'll inhale, rise to center. Look up once again. Exhale, bring the hands down and come to hands and knees onto table posture so that you line up the knees and the hips, the wrists and the ankles. And we're going to go through a few cat-cows. If being on the wrists is an issue, you can do the same thing with the spine from seated. So on the inhale, just relax the belly, lift the head. Exhale, pull the belly in, bring the head down. Inhale. Expand. Exhale, draw back in. Empty out completely. A few more. Now we're going to meet in a cat posture. So find that deep inhale, lift the head, relax the belly, and then exhale, pull the belly in, let the head come down, and keep scooping the belly up. So even on the inhale, there's some activation of the belly, but on the exhale, you'll pull the belly inwards. And we'll come into our cow posture, sinking the belly, inhaling. Now let's find a downward facing dog. If that is not where you want to be, if you want to really stay low and not have much activation of the arms in the back, you can come down to heart chakra posture, forehead down to the mat. Otherwise, roll over the toes, lift the knees and the hips. Just pedal the heels if you're here. And now we're going to come back to hands and knees, cross the ankles, find your way to your back. Now on the back, make sure you've got your blocks close by. I'm going to do some things with the blocks. So first bringing knees into the chest, and bring hands to the knees and sway a little bit side to side. Let's take a nice little twist here. So extend the left leg, keep the right knee in. Take the shoulder blades back so that we aren't rounding the shoulders here. We want to flatten the back on the mat. Except for the low back, you want to feel that lifted up a little bit. Now as we're bringing the knee into the chest, that low back will also press in. But go ahead and release the knee for a moment. Just let the knee face upwards. And now you can feel low back lift a little. So that's the natural curve of the spine. Now go ahead and bring the knee back in. You can feel the knee press down. Release the knee and just feel the curve of the spine again. Draw the knee in, and then this time we'll guide the right knee to the left and come into a single-legged spinal twist. Right shoulder stays down, and turn the head to the right. The arm can be out to a T, that right arm out to the side. Now turn the head side to side for a moment. And we'll bring the knee to center, switch legs. So extend the right leg, bring the left knee in. So here we are just pulling the knee in to start feeling the low back press into the mat. And then release the knee, let it face upwards. Feel the curve come back, low back lifts, bring the knee in, squeeze it in. Release the knee, let it face up, squeeze it in once again. And now we'll take this knee to the right, left arm out to the left. Turning the head to the left, keeping shoulder blades down. So in the beginning of our practice, we focused on any sense of separation that lives within us, any false notions that we are not connected to all other people, all other beings on the planet, and just allowing that sound that we begin with to help shake up whatever that is, whatever those obstructions are that keep us from knowing the truth that we are connected. So that separation leads to violence, as subtle as it might be, as subtle as it might be, that we accidentally harm others. And so what we're going to do is go into the other space within, okay, where we start to feel our connection to others. So bring that knee to center, and actually take it back out to the right. Let's move the head side to side. And we'll bring the head back to center, bring the knee back to center, bring both of the knees in. And then let's connect the feet. Connect soles of the feet and release the feet down to the mat. Take the feet forward a little bit, reach the arms behind. Take the feet further, far forward enough where just the heels are now touching. And so we're in a gentle back bend. We're going to keep the arms behind, keep the belly lifted. And then bring yourself back within, come within as deeply inward as you can go. Bring the left hand to the heart, right hand to the belly, and just feel within yourself connection. And now begin to send your awareness outward, like in a big sphere, like formation, just like a bubble. So start with yourself, this physical body as a bubble, and let that bubble get larger and larger until you contain this whole, we'll say like 3-mile radius all around you, and you feel the connection with all those in this bubble. And begin to expand that bubble, go further to encompass the whole state that you're in. Go further and expand the bubble to the whole country. Feeling connected to the whole country, every being in this country, from the smallest to the largest. And take that all the way to encompass this whole hemisphere, and then all the way to encompass the whole earth. Take a deep breath in, peaceful breath out. 2 more of those, deep breath in, peaceful breath out. Deep breath in, peaceful breath out. Plant the feet, release the arms. Just insert a little bit of a meditation into that moment. So let's now get deeper into the body by bringing a block to the sacrum. So 1 block to the sacrum. And just see how that feels for a moment. Now if you don't have a block, that's okay. Firm pillows also work. I'm going to take both legs skyward. Bring the arms down. Now little by little, breath by breath, just let the feet go further back, little by little. And take the legs directly upwards and bring the right leg down. Plant the foot first and see if you can extend the right leg. Now if you extend the leg and the heel is down, see if that works. And if not, create a little strengthening here by lifting the foot. So both legs are straight, one extended forward, one extended upwards. Take the arms behind. We're going to switch legs. Take the right leg up, release the left leg down. Maybe the heel comes down first. And maybe you straighten the left leg so that it is lifted a bit. Now take both legs upwards, plant the feet, release the block. But now we're going to take blocks to the feet, so hopefully you have them because this is really good. Let's bring the knees in first and sway a little bit, rock a little side to side. So as you're here moving the knees from side to side, move the head in the opposite direction. So little gentle spinal twists. And then we'll come to center, bringing both blocks so that they're underneath the feet. We're going to go into a really effective bridge posture here. So once you have the feet planted, walk the shoulders back towards each other, then lift the hips upwards. And now we want to maintain the space between the neck and the mat. So rather than bringing chin to chest, keep the chin lifted slightly. You might interlace fingers with arms straight and press down, so you're going to get much more height in this. Nice deep back bend. Now if it works for you, since you have the legs elevated, you might be able to take the hands to the sacrum. And then even here you can create extra height. You can even create a little bit of a rolling action. So lifting the sacrum a little higher and then gently lowering, and then lifting and then lowering. So really working with getting a nice outward movement with the pelvis here in this deep back bend. Helps undo all the sitting that we do. Let's see, about 3 more deep breaths. So if you're in a bridge posture without the blocks, you're good. You can stay right there just as long as we can. And then we'll go ahead and release. And let go of the blocks. You're going to move them to the side so that you can rise up to seated and bring the soles of the feet together, coming into Baddha Konasana. Soles of feet together. Now you have some options so that we can be here for a little bit. You can bring the blocks underneath the knees, and then you can lower right here. That's one option. Another option, you can tuck the forearms underneath the lower legs to anchor the body down. If it's hard to be here, you can sit on a blanket, and you can create resistance exercises here so that you can get the hamstrings opened up, and that is with the arms and legs pressing into each other on the inhale, and on the exhale just pushing the legs down. And so we'll take a few more of those if you're going to go into this resistance exercise. It's really helpful because then you can be a little bit deeper into the posture for the remainder. So we're going to let go. And take deep breaths, maybe support for the forehead or the head itself. Now we'll be here maybe 5 more deep breaths. Just observing how the body is changing with every breath. Observing the sensations. Listening to the body, so if there's any adjustments that the body would benefit from, honoring those adjustments, making them. Now we're going to start to rise, and then we're going to come into an earlier back bend that we took. So right from here, start to recline, keeping the soles of the feet together. Once you find your way down, take the arms behind, and now, keeping the heels connected, go ahead and send the feet forward. So if you want to go a little deeper, bring the arms down alongside the body and lift the trunk and the head by pushing into the elbows. And then we'll exhale, lower. Bring the soles of the feet together, lift the feet, and then bring the feet closer so the hands can hold them. Feeling connection all through the body. And now we'll keep a hold of the right foot, but bring the left foot down. We're holding this right foot. Bring the right foot closer and closer towards the chest. We're going to bring the right foot on top of the left thigh and lift the left leg to come into reclining pigeon posture. So you can thread the arms around the left leg and pull the leg in closer and closer. Lift the head. See if you can wrap the arms around the lower leg. So maybe you've got to unthread that right arm, bring the arms around the shin or the knee, lifting the head, seeing if forehead can get closer and closer to the left knee. Lower the head. See if you can keep drawing the leg in closer. If it's really hard to get the head down while you're here, you can always bring a block to the back of the head. And then we'll release. You can hold this right foot. The left foot is down. Hold the right foot. And let the right foot come to the mat. Pick up the left foot. Hold the left foot. Draw it in towards the chest. Relax the muscles in the face. Now we're going to bring the left foot to the right thigh, lift the right leg, and we'll hold the right leg with the hands. Now we're going to get closer to the right leg, maybe bringing hands around the shin, maybe forearms are able to get around it, flexing the left foot, lifting the head. And maybe lowering the head, but still drawing the leg in very intensely. Ooh. Release the right foot to the mat. Hold the left foot in towards the chest. And then release. Left foot comes down to the mat. Bring both of the knees into the chest, arms to a T, fold the knees to the right, turn the head to the left. Come to center, twist to the left. And we'll come to center. Now we're going to find our way back up to seated where we started our practice today. So we started with the ankles crossed, sitting up nice and tall, folding right over. So we're going to go a little bit deeper. Now you might notice that this changed since you were here earlier. We'll start to rise and then switch the legs, lowering. inhale, rise. On the next exhale, twist to the right. Left hand to right knee, right hand behind. Nice and tall and turn. Inhale, center. Exhale, left. Inhale, center, look up, arms up. Next exhale, side bend to the right, right hand down, left arm up and over. Inhale, center. Exhale, bend left. And inhale, center, look up. Exhale, hands down, come to the knees. And then from here, we'll come into downward facing dog, roll over the toes, lift the hips. Now, if before you came into heart chakra posture, you can go back there. If that felt right to you. Just about 5 breaths. Nice clearing breath in. Exhaling out. And we're going to come to either table posture or you are good in downward facing dog. And then we're going to lift the right leg up towards the sky. So if you're in table, take the right leg straight back. Just hold for a couple deep breaths. We're going to step the right foot to the outside of the right hand. So it comes all the way to the edge of the mat. The back knee might be on the mat or it might be lifted. Or you might alternate between the two. So that really does help get into this deeper. So you might roll over the toes, lift the left knee, lower the knee, and maybe once or twice doing that. And then we're going to start to fold. Now before you fold, you might move this right knee side to side a little bit, picking up part of the foot and then lowering it back down. And then whenever you're ready, begin to lower. Now, lowering might mean that you just bend the elbows an inch, or it might mean that the elbows can come all the way down to the mat with the sole of the foot planted, or to the blocks. So check in and see what works for you. Now bow the head, lower the head. For 5 deep breaths, see if you can go within yourself and feel that peace lives here. And we're going to start to come out of this. So bring the hands down. If you'd like, you can reverse this by rolling over the back toes and then lifting up into downward facing dog, 3-legged, right leg lifting, or left knee down, taking right leg behind. But then we're going to come into a position that feels right to you, so that before we go into the other side, maybe you want to rest in a child's posture, then go down to child's posture. If you want to rest in downward facing dog, that feels good, then go there. But let's just honor this current experience of the body. Take a nice clearing breath. And we'll go to the other side. So when you're ready, if If you came in through table, and you'll find that, well, I'll lift the left leg up. And on the next exhale, left foot to the outside of the left hand. And then here we will, again, maybe alternate between right knee down and right knee up. Maybe a few of those. And then beginning to move this left knee, picking up part of the foot. And then with the foot planted, beginning to lower. So that might mean just bending the elbows. It might mean just letting the head go. It might mean a lowering of the trunk. Eventually letting the head go and feeling the bowing of the head, and let yourself feel what that is. What does it feel like when you bow the head? What emotions are stirred? And before we went deep within and recognize that peace lives here. Peace lives here within. Now let's see if we can see that within us is already a living instrument of peace. And we can give that some energy by drawing air in and filling up, strengthening that instrument of peace that lives within us. A few more deep breaths. And then when you're ready, start to come out of this. You might reverse out. Now we're going to rest. Well, let me take that back. I don't know if this means rest for you. We're going to kind of move in the opposite direction than we were just in. So this is going to help if you have a lot of tightness in the hip flexors. A block is going to help you. You can use a book for this, but you're going to put your foot on it, so don't make it a book that you really care about. So we are going to find a reclining half hero's posture, but I'll show you first what you can do without the block. So you'll have one leg extended, and we'll start with the left leg extended and the right knee bent with the right foot to the side of the hip. Then from here, if that's available, you'll start to bend the knees and walk back. And you might be able to come down to the elbows. You might be able to come all the way down to the back and rest here. So if that doesn't work, then you will have a different variation. So you're going to have a seat. Basically, you're going to have hands down, left foot down, and then you can lift up just like this. So that's one variation. And I think that'll be good for those that are having issues with this one. So there's another way that we were practicing earlier this week, but we're going to stick to either this variation, and if you're in this variation, you can lower and then come back up. Or you are here. We're going to take 2 more deep breaths. This one's nice because you don't have to bend that knee, that right knee, too far, but you can still get into the thigh and the hip flexor a bit. And then we're going to lower if the hips were risen and switch legs, or you're going to rise if you were reclining. And go into the other side. So about 2 more breaths wherever you are. And we will be meeting in seated. So find your way to a tall seat. We'll bring the right foot to the inside of the left thigh. The arms reach up on the inhale. Join your Shirshasana. Exhale, fold forward. Hands somewhere to the leg, maybe to the foot if it's available. Maybe you have a strap. I find it really helpful to have, because then you can keep the shoulders back, as opposed to what happens is people tend to overextend the shoulders and then this starts to shape. So we want to keep length in the spine, the shoulders back. Some deep breath in and a lift, a deep breath out, and a excuse me, a little bit of a deeper fold. Going to come up halfway and take the left arm underneath the right arm to find the right thigh or the outer knee. So right thigh or knee. And then we'll fold in here, holding the outside of the left leg. It could be as high as the knee, it could be as low as the foot. So you're going to get really deep into the low back. Stretching the outer shoulders at the same time. Inhale, come up halfway, releasing the arms. Take the left arm forward, revolving head to knee posture. Turn the hand to hold the foot, even if the left knee is bent. Reach the right arm behind and upwards. You might stay right here, or you might find a deep side bend to the left. Right arm up and over. If possible, take the left shoulder down to the inside of the knee, and then taking right hand to top of the left foot. Exhale, face the left leg, fold into it. See if you can get in a little deeper now that we went that far. And we'll inhale, rise. Exhale, switch sides. Left foot to right thigh. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, hands to the leg or the foot. Inhale, finding length. Exhale, folding. Okay, we're going to take the right hand underneath the left arm and then take the left hand to the outside of the right leg or foot. Fold into the right leg. Inhale, come up halfway, releasing the arms. Right arm forward, turn the hand to hold the foot. Bend the knee if you need to. Inhale, left arm up and over. Deep side bend to the right. Maybe you get deeper to hold the foot with both hands. And we'll turn to the right leg, fold into it. See how this posture has changed. And then we'll inhale, rise up. Okay. Sit up tall for a moment. Before we recline, we're going to walk the hands back and find a little bit of a back bend. Lift the heart. And walk back to center. Hands to the knees. Roll the shoulders a few times. Shoulders back and down. Drop the chin to the chest. Take a big circle with the head. I'm going to go 2 times this way. Once the chin finds the chest, 2 times the other way. Once the chin finds the chest, shake the head out. It's about time to rest, but I want one more thing. So you're going to take your right hand to the, there's 2 muscles that run alongside the neck, front of the neck. Okay, we're going to trail those from the ear to the collarbone. And then you're going to press down onto the right side with the right hand, and I'll just go into mirror image, and the left hand on top. So you and I are mirrors at this point. On the inhale, take the head back, left, as you're putting pressure into this muscle. Exhale, bring the head back to center, and with a little effort, like there's some resistance there. Inhale, take the head back, left. Exhale, the head comes back through to center. One more time, inhale the head back, left. Actually, let's pause here. So we're going to stretch at this point. Take 3 deep breaths. It's going to feel a little bit of a burning sensation. This is a really tight muscle that we tend to totally ignore. And then bring the head back through that diagonal to center. Now we're going to go into the other side. So you're going to feel they'll feel actually one softer than the other. So left hand to the base, it's right above the collarbone and to the base of this long muscle. Right hand on top, inhale the head back, right. And then come to center 2 more times. And if you feel like right now you got to end practice, you have to go back to work, go ahead and find Shavasana first, rest there for a moment, and then you'll come out of your practice when you're ready. And then we'll go ahead and keep the head for the rest of us back, right. And we'll bring the head back to center. Release the hands. Give the head a little movement now. It's going to be a little looser. And then we'll come down to our backs. So check in on the back. You might want to take another back bend. You might want to find a spinal twist. I'm going to leave it up to you to complete the practice. Maybe a little bit of both. And then once you're ready, find your way all the way to the back, releasing and relaxing completely. letting everything go. As you rest, sinking within and feeling the peace within your practice, feeling all the echoes of peace in everything that we were doing today, every thought behind our actions. And being in this peace, resting completely within it. Slowly begin to come back just by shifting your awareness to the body again. Slowly deepening the breath, coming back into some movement. And then finding your way to seated. To seal the practice with palms together, thumbs to the heart center, eyes closed. Relax the muscles in the face, the scalp, the ears. Relax the jaw. We're going to take a moment to send thoughts of peace to all beings, that all beings may be happy, healthy, and free from suffering. And then we'll chant 3 times, Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Starting with Om. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Thank you so much for sharing your practice with me today. I honor the light in you that is the same light in me. Namaste. Thank you, everybody. Have a beautiful day. I'm going to stick around and play the bowls just for a little bit. You can stick around with me or go about your day. And thank you for practicing, giving me a reason to do this every day.